Holiday gifts. J.C. Penney, the value leader.
Doing it right. J.C. Penney, doing it right.
Presenting the newest Black & Decker Dustbuster and Morgan the Butler. With twice the power as before, this Dustbuster will pick up practically anything around the house. Morgan, the newest Dustbuster. More power, more pickups.
Television's come a long way, and it still has far to go. Now you can see how it all works. Understanding Television, Wednesday at 9 on TLC.
Now on TLC. They're big and they're bad. Horny beasts who could crush you like a paper cup. They lived here in America until 19 million years ago. And like the prehistoric giants, they may bite to dust.
We may be the last generation to see rhinos alive.
Can rhinos lead us back to the dinosaurs? Find out on Paleo World, tonight at 8 on TLC.
Now on TLC. He was born poor. He died young. But he changed the world forever. Who was Jesus? A prophet? A rebel? Or something much bigger? Join us as we retrace his steps, revisit his message. Return to the Holy Land as we present the life and times of Jesus. Sunday night at 9 on TLC.
Tonight on Furniture Film Classics.
Ce soir, une histoire d'amour, une chaise et une table. Quel finish avez-vous? Poli? Varnish?
Je suis shellac. Et vous? Coil spring ou zigzag?
Hi, I'm Joe Lorario. Welcome to Furniture to Go.
And I'm Ed Feldman, and this is the French show, too. Or Le Programme de Français du...
Now, we are going to lacquer our tabletop, or clear coat it, if you want to use shop lingo. Remember,
Lingo is French.
Lingo is French,
Yeah.
I know. Remember, last time we stripped, and we sanded, and we stained, and then we filled using a paste filler. Remember, the look has to be as smooth as glass, and the only way you get that is by applying a top coat, after a top coat, after a top coat, to a filled surface like this.
And with the chair, the legs are all taken care of. How'd my brother-in-law do it? And we padded the seat in the back, and now it's time for Le Fabrique Actuelle.
So why don't you go over there? Oh, this is the muslin.
Yes,
This is the Pollock fabric.
sent it out to
Jackson Pollock
Okay,
fabric.
get out of here.
Oh,
I'm leaving.
Get away, get away.
I don't want to be there anymore.
Go ahead, go over there.
All right,
go ahead. Yeah,
I'll put the back down here, and we've cut out the patterns for the back and the seat. Now, this is mohair. How did we cut out the patterns? We took off the old fabric, which is now in a horrible pile over there, and we just traced around it, except for the seat, because if you'll remember, and gosh knows who does not remember the last time you watched this travesty, there was no seat. So we just cut a very generous amount of fabric, and this is mohair. Why? I don't want to work in mohair. The guy who has it needs to get this chair back is going to get mohair. So we went to the Three Stooges drain, and all mohair and velour and everything has a nap. We have the nap running back to front. So when you sit on it, it will make your kundalini stand on end. So then we let everything drape down. It's a very thick fabric, and we're going to have to work carefully so as not to get a whole lot of pleats. We put a staple in the front, right in the middle. We pull the back nice and tight, yank it underneath, make sure it's not cracking the frame apart, which is always an option. And put a tack in there. Now we're going to have to go out to the side. And here's where we have to get ethereal with the fabric. We have to see where the fabric breaks. Of course, it's going to break at the corners, just like that. We don't want to mess with the breaks. We want to put staples in between these sort of prows and then pull tightly. But first, We put one right under here. And now I work in between the staple I have here and the staple I have here. First, right in the middle, yanking like a son of a gun, let me tell you. Splitting the difference in between the two staples so as to get as much pleating out of it as possible. Now, if you're going to get a pleat, you want it in the back, in the corner where, and I'm going to pull the back into this, you want the pleat hidden by this rail. If you're going to get a pleat anywhere, you want it hidden by the rail. All right, the home stretch of the chair seat, we've made two interior folds and folded them over on the back. We need to take up a lot of slack because of the curve here. And as you can see, this is a thick fabric. So even though you're going to make your folds real tight, you're going to have some visible thickness here. So I've trimmed all this side up so I can tack that in like so. And I've made a nice generous inside cut here so as to not get a lot of bunching up underneath here when I make this one fold. So I'm going to bring this around first underneath to anchor it. I'm going to shoot in there. Oh, I love the pneumatic. You know, Norm has 9 of them. Well, he's got electric pants. You know, he's got everything. And then I just make this one fold, a nice crisp pleat right there. And then I've got to go down on this, underneath there. Pull that tight as you can. Put one there. Put one next to it. We can trim up this later. And now I'm just going to continue underneath here, making it nice and tight. Now we're doing the inside back. I've just put a staple in the top. You always anchor the top and the bottom first. And then we turn it over. And oh, look at all the pleats. Oh, are they going to come out? You bet. As soon as we pull this tight at both sides, and that's what we do next. We pull this side tight, check it, and then pull the other side tight. Oh, as tight as you can. We'll trim off all this excess later. The good thing about this fabric is it is quite sturdy. And then we'll pull the top, and then we'll start stapling down the sides, just like this. All right, I've stapled across the top, down the sides, across the bottom. I'll trim this off later. You don't want to watch that. You have lives. I know it. And I've trimmed up here, so when I make this fold here, you won't get a lot of bagging, and the back won't punch out like some of us do. So I'll continue across the top and stopping just a few inches from the edge, and then one up here, and make the lovely, not very intricate fold just like that. Isn't that fabulous? Aren't you glad you watched this? Don't you wish everybody did? And now I'll trim all this up. Back looks darn nice. I've made the cuts in the bottom, so they will be hidden and you won't see any fabric. Oh, let's see what Joe is doing.
Hi, the tabletop is ready to go, and the filler's dried, and now we can apply the